Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Yoong. I am the operating partner to Ethan Evans. He's a retired Amazon vice president, and we are building an AI proof content business with Level Up, your source for career growth solutions and community. Okay, so we're building a content business in the age of AI. That sounds dangerous, right? Yes, it is. I would agree with you on that. But is there an opportunity to stand out with it? We think so, specifically in two ways. The first is content that originates from personal experience. Specifically, we like to call it how I did XYZ personal experience. Here's what I mean. ChatGPT was not in the boardroom with Jeff Bezos, but Ethan was. So what we do from a content standpoint is we pull from Ethan's personal experience of failures and success from his 12 years at startups and then 15 plus years at Amazon, and now all the executive coaching clients that he works with. We also pull from my experience in digital marketing, Amazon, seeing on a startup founding team, and mentoring founders. And then we broaden our point of view and blind spots by bringing in domain experts on various career topics. So, this how I did XYZ content is what we view as AI resistant because we don't believe AI tools are there yet, but they might be in the coming years. So, there's one thing to be AI resistant and another to be AI proof. So, it's the second part of what we're building that we believe makes our business long term AI proof, and that is the community aspect. To take a step back, our mission is to help motivated professionals enjoy more career success and then ultimately pay it forward. So, in thinking of that, in order to do that effectively, you need scale, you need fast feedback loops, you need people who will constantly challenge your thinking, and then you need a shared bond that goes beyond the individual. That's where the larger career and life mission comes into play. Now, Ethan and I, we're just two people. So we're limited in our time, energy, and ideas and execution. But it is incredible what an engaged community can do. For example, here's what some of our members have been doing. This is in our community and then through email, in person, virtual. They review each other's resumes. They conduct mock interviews to help members prep for future interviews. They post job postings. They dive deep into takeaways from recent books they've read or timely news, such as what's happening with AI or big companies. And then they have deep discussions on hard career topics. Some popular ones are how do you evaluate a new role opportunity? How do you manage up effectively to a specific personality or senior leader? How do you handle office politics? That's a very popular one. How do you deal with toxic employees? And then how do you negotiate for executive roles? Those are some of the recent conversations we've seen our members have. Now, the key thing when it comes to a community that we're learning is your community is working when it becomes self sustaining and you see members action on their own accord. So, what do I mean by this? We've seen our members start to run their own events and set up in person meetings all around the world. This bridge of human connections is growing stronger. And from what we can tell, AI will not replace the hunger for human connectedness. In fact, we believe the rise of AI will make human relationships more important. For example, this is one mental model we see that's quite popular. Imagine we're a few years in the future and AI is part of our daily lives more than it is now. When a new popular job is posted, it's easy to imagine thousands of AI tools automatically applying for that same job. So you have 1,000x more candidates than you would normally, and probably within a few seconds. Now, in this process, what's going to make a candidate stand out is the warm referral. Someone directly introducing the person to the hiring manager and the recruiter, detailing what type of person they are, their personality traits, the skills that they have, and why they think that person is a good fit for the role. So that's where we see community taking on AI in the age of AI. So ultimately, to put a wrap on it, we believe that community is what will make what we are building AI proof eventually. And if I had to sum this up in one sentence, it would be this: people come for the content, but they stay for the community. Nas, to answer your question, what is Level Up? So we're taking a unique approach to it. The business is when someone becomes a member, they get access to a newsletter, which they get twice a week. Some of the content is exclusive to members only. But the special sauce is in two things. Number one, access to live events, or think of it like a live podcast, live online event. And you get career talks from Ethan, where Ethan will go deep on a specific topic, followed by open-ended career Q&A. So for example, two very popular topics happened recently. The first was how being unreasonable drove Ethan to Amazon vice president. And what does that mean? The second topic was how do you maximize one-on-one time with a senior executive? What do you do in that meeting? What do you propose? How do you structure the meeting? How do you make it quick yet effective? So that's one of the events that we throw. The other types of events that's very popular is we do live executive coaching. So Ethan is oversubscribed on one-on-one executive coaching. So there's more people on the wait list than he could possibly handle. So we closed it. But what we do instead is for our members, Ethan will coach a real client live in front of a live audience. So you get two things. You get to learn alongside Ethan's client, who's usually an executive in various fields, whether that's product, engineering, sales, marketing. And the second thing is you get to learn and see how Ethan conducts coaching. So you get it both ways. Something that is usually very closed off and one-on-one, do not get to experience firsthand. The other part is we bring on guests for fireside chats. So for example, I've had fireside chats with a Series B co-founder, and we dove deep into what he looks for when hiring executives for his startup. Another one is I spoke with a ex-Uber, ex-Google senior leader. She's a senior engineering leader. And we talked about how do you influence without authority? Very popular topic, especially for individual contributors who have a lot of peer stakeholders and stakeholders up and down the chain. Uh, the other one is we throw a lot of virtual networking events so that people can connect. Here's what we learned about networking. Everyone says they want to network, but two things don't happen. Number one, they don't know how to effectively and concisely network in a high value way. Meaning, don't just ask for things, but how do you bring value? But number two, people need a platform to kickstart the networking. And specifically, they need a third-party credible platform who they know will match them with like-minded, ambitious people. So that's part of what Level Up does, is you can tell that the members are ambitious, motivated professionals who all want to grow. So then that filter is set. You're going to be matched up with someone who is a good fit. And then now it's for you to take it where you want to. And then the other thing with our community is we use Slack as our community channel, and it's vibrant. There's conversations every day. It started off with Ethan and I start sparking the conversations, but it's almost all community run now, which is what we love to see. Okay, so here is the short story. Ethan and I do share a background in that we both work at Amazon, but we were in completely different organizations. So from a working standpoint, we did not overlap. Our business relationship started on LinkedIn, believe it or not. Ethan posted career advice on LinkedIn, and then I would comment on it. You do that over 30, 60, 90 days, and you start to build a online, let's call it professional relationship. Fast forward, Ethan decided to test one course, Level Up Breaking Through Executive, and he had a call for volunteers. He put out a post on LinkedIn. A lot of people raised their hands to volunteer and give him on feedback, including me. Then Ethan said, okay, It's going to be this Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Show up live. As you can imagine, a lot of people did not show up live. Some did. I was part of that group. And then the next step is Ethan asked for, give me sharp feedback on how to improve the course. Now, that's the next step. Not everyone's going to give you sharp feedback that stands out. So you have to work on that. So I did that. And if you multiplied it by many sessions, then now I'm on an email chain with Ethan, and he knows the type of results, work that I could deliver. And that's building trust. Ethan has a great phrase. It's called results are the currency of credibility. So if you could show the results of your output and your work, it builds credibility and trust. You fast forward, we did this a few times. And then I basically sent to Ethan, hey, we've been doing XYZ. I think there's something really big here that we could turn into a business. And essentially what I did was I wrote a 2-page vision document outlining the vision of what the business could be, the specific components of what we would do. And then I told him I would do vast majority of the work, 90%. I will take XYZ. All I need from you is ABC. And let's test this and let the market tell us if they like it or not. So we did it. We jumped into it. We got positive feedback. We saw growth. Then we started testing more channels. So we went from LinkedIn to on-demand courses to a newsletter to live online courses. And then we added more YouTube videos, etc. And then now we're building a content business that has a flywheel, both for the content and the actual business. So that's how we started.